Hey everyone, welcome back or welcome to my channel. This week's video, we're doing the December bullet journal spreads. I know it's been a long time since I posted. I have been really busy and I'll talk to you a little bit about what I've been busy doing. But the theme for this month is, I don't even know how to describe it, but I've drawn up a little sample here just to figure out the colors. This is kind of what we're going for. It's like a checkered with green, brown, beige, maybe some red details, a little undecided on that. And then that pattern is just going to continue through spreads. I have them all drawn out here and only a couple pages in the sketchbook to spare. So I think it worked out really well. This I think is the first month that I actually have a title page drawn up, and it was kind of just for proof of concept. And I knew that I had enough space. So I was a little worried about running out of space for the other months, which is why I didn't necessarily do one, but you know, we're already at the end of the year. So as crazy as that is, let's get into this and then I'll fill you in on what I've been up to. Okay, I started filming and then I stopped because I kept messing up. Anyways, this is what the final product is gonna look like. I did decide to go ahead and add little doodles in all of the white squares. So I just used my red gel pen and then also this like sparkly green one, and made the little holly berries, candy cane, and a little red bow. Then I did December in black. The rest of the words, I guess, are gonna have to be in black. And then I don't think I'm gonna do anything special outside the border with the red. Maybe just one outline, we'll see. I'm gonna leave it like this for now and we'll move on. I'm just gonna keep referring back to this page. So if you see lots of flashing, flipping, that's what that is. Okay, so now that we're into the drawing portion of the video, we're starting with the calendar and you can watch as I draw out this pattern. So I'm just using markers and then a little bit of gel pen in order to make this pattern. Like I said, I'm just following along my little guide that I've made and repeating myself 10,000 freaking times. So the first change that you'll probably notice is that the filming is a little bit different. That's because I did get a new cantilever arm ring stand phone holder thing. So I do film all my bullet journal videos on my phone because I can get that overhead view that I can't with my camera. So having this new cantilever arm is actually super nice, but obviously it needs to move further down my desk because half of my drawing is cut off throughout this video and I try and readjust and then continue to pull the book towards me. So that obviously needs to change. The second thing that you may have noticed, if you haven't already read the post that I made on my Instagram about it, is that I'm changing all of the name stuff related to my art to my, what will be my legal married name, which is Thibaut. So since I do plan on legally changing my name, I figured I'd change all my art stuff along with it because then it just is a good reflection of who I am as a person. It doesn't mean that anything else is going to change. I'm still me. I'm just legally changing my name to my married name. So yeah, it will now be Kyra Thibaut Art on all of my platforms, and I've updated as much as I can so far, but if there's anything I missed, please let me know because I want to fix that. All right, now I'm going to skip the habit and mood tracker because I haven't quite decided in my head how I want to lay it out. So we'll just move right into the first week, continuing with the pattern on this side, and then I don't really know what I'm going to do for the boxes. So actually, now that I think about it, I might just go ahead and do the pattern pieces on all of these weekly spreads. That way everything is consistent, and then I'll come back and I'll do the rest of the finishing touches afterwards. As we continue on with these spreads, I will catch you up on what else has been going on in my life. So now that I've explained kind of the physical differences that you can see in the video, I will tell you about behind the scenes stuff. So my last post, I believe, on YouTube at least, was the November bullet journal spreads, which came out while I was still in Mexico on my honeymoon, which was amazing. I had such a great time, and at some point I will share some artwork that I make out of things from that trip. I don't mean the yarn Eye of God that I made. That has already been posted on my Instagram, but anyways, there's other things, and when I get over myself, I will finally share those. But in terms of things going on in my life, kind of behind the scenes that I don't really share online, is that I have been not only working a ton, but also having to take time off work to recover from some injuries and health issues. So as soon as I got back from my honeymoon, I went right back to work and worked a whole bunch, and then I did end up having to take some time off at the beginning of December because I was dealing with a back injury. So it's actually really stupid the way that I injured my back. I was on my way to work and I opened a frosted glass door, so I couldn't see that there was a person on the other side of the door. So I opened it at the same time as this other person, which scared the shit out of me. And I jolted back in surprise, and whatever movement my body made while I like jolted backwards really hurt my lower back. So, you know, I made it through my shift and I'm like, man, you know, my back really hurts. I let my coworkers know. I'm like, I don't really think that I should be doing things that involve my back. And they were super accommodating, which is awesome. And I continued to go to work for a couple days until I finally was like, oh my God, I actually don't think I can because my back hurts so much. So I did take some time off work to recover from the back injury. It feels fine now. And I feel like I'm, you know, way too young to be dealing with those kinds of things, but it just goes to show that you can never be too young or, you know, too old to be dealing with health problems. So not only was this back injury something that I was dealing with, while I was overcompensating for not using my back, I was using a lot more of my like upper body strength, and that re-aggravated this ongoing shoulder problem that I've been having. So ever since the beginning of October, I've had some pretty severe shoulder pain in my left shoulder, only with certain movements, and it's like a shooting pain. Didn't know what it was. It was like sort of getting better for a while, and then as soon as I got back from Mexico, it was really bad again. And then I had like a week off right at the end of November, and it was fine, and then I went back to work and then I had this back injury, and now it's like really, really bad again. So anyways, I had one of the surgeons at work check it out, and he prescribed an ultrasound. So I have that this week to figure out what is going on with my shoulder. He's thinking maybe it's tendonitis. I don't know what's happening. Whatever it is, it's really, really painful. Pain medications don't work for it. The only thing that works is ice, and I obviously can't do that all the time, especially not if I'm working. So not only have I dealt with and overcome this back injury, I've also been struggling with this left shoulder injury, which thank God it's not my dominant side. So I can sort of get away with not using that shoulder too much. Obviously, I don't want to end up with like frozen shoulder and not be able to move that arm at all. So I've just been trying to take it slow, wait for this ultrasound to kind of see what happens, see what I can do about the pain. Is it physio? Do I need surgery? So on and so forth. So anyways, that is kind of what's been going on behind the scenes. So tons of work, but also having to take time off to recover. And in that time, I was just like laying on the couch reading because that's all I could do without hurting myself. So that's why there hasn't been a whole lot of posting, a whole lot of art made, because I just like could not sit upright and do art because it just hurt too much. So anyways, we're finally getting to the end of the bullet journal spreads here. As you can see, I am erasing this one page, and the reason is because I was gonna do 2 pages of the spread, but my markers were barely making it to the end. They were drying out, like every single color except for the green color, and my gel pens was drying out. So I decided to forego doing that last page and just make a quick little adjustment, which I think worked out. And then I went ahead and did all of the rest of the line work in black ink with my Tombow brush liner, and then did all of the writing with my red gel pen. And I think it's a nice contrast. It kind of makes the focus the pattern, which is what I wanted. So I'm happy with the choices that I made for this. If you do see me touching my iPad, it's because I'm trying to skip the songs. I didn't actually use any references except for like 1 or 2 for this. So yeah, most of this just came straight out of my brain, which I think is kind of cool. And I love that. So here's to a good 2025 in bullet journal spreads, and I'm excited to see what comes next for 2026. And here is the final flip through for December. I'm actually really happy with the way that these turned out. I think it would have been even better if my markers decided to not try and, you know, run out of ink halfway through, but otherwise I think this is super cute. I like that it's just a repeating pattern. I've never done something like that before. So I'm really happy with the way that it turned out. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment down below, subscribe to my channel. I post new videos on Mondays, sometimes Wednesdays, or whenever, you know, I kind of get around to it. Usually about twice a month. I hope you have a lovely week, and I will see you all in the next video.